February 9th, 2026. Monthly meeting of the Bloomingdale Special District. Record reflect the meeting starts at 6:32. Trustees present, Leach, Cromeyer, Crocker, Wright, Jones, and Schrader. Trustee Rashke is absent tonight. Anyone, there's no one here for public comment. Move on. Has everyone had a chance to read the regular minutes? Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I have a motion to approve the February, January,
thank you.
A second.
There's a motion by Trustee Schrader, seconded by Trustee White. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let the record reflect the motion passes 6 votes to 0. Mr. Hayes, you're up.
All right. Good evening, everyone. We've got the January financial statements in front of you there, so I'll go over the balance sheet items on here that we typically go over. The reconciled balance in the Regions Bank account at the end of January was $61,490, and the reconciled balance in the prime account at the end of the month was $764,657. So moving on to the next page, I've got a few things I want to bring to your attention, so bear with me here. But we'll start off at the top, the interest income 3013.61 for interest income. We have about $2,670 that was collected in the month of January. We did collect a little bit in special assessments, which is the line right below that 3013.63, almost $20,000. The bulk of the money came in December, as I mentioned before, so we're going to see just small amounts like that that are being collected for the rest of the fiscal year. Also, down towards the bottom of the revenue section, we have 3401.00 charges for services. I don't think I've brought this up before in other board meetings, but that is the money that we're collecting from public records requests. That's the 408 for that current period right there. Down under expenditures, a few things down here to go over. We do have right towards the middle, we start with 3046.20. That's lawn maintenance and cleanup. Miriam brought this up before, and I think this is a good idea. As we're getting closer to actually going through and doing our budgeting, that amount that we have in the current period, that first column, 2,462, that's for the dog waste bins that we have to clean up and whatnot. We may want to include a budget line item for that for next fiscal year. As you can see in the annual budget, it's 0. A couple other items down towards the bottom, 3046.6 for sign repairs, and then also kind of right below that, 3046.7 repairs general. Last month we talked about moving some of the money, and the board decided to go through and move $10,000 from the repairs general up to sign repairs, and just showing that that's what we have on there now. And the last thing is 3046.82, which is electrical parts and service. We had $4,500 that we paid to Hoffman Electrical, and that's a little bit over the annual budget line item right now, so I'm just going to bring that to the board's attention. And that is it, unless there's any questions on anything else.
And that's because Hoffman, they're new, they do charge a little bit more now, don't they? Because they probably know they can do it. Okay. Questions from Michael?
I was just going to say that Hoffman, we went through a period where we were having them out here pretty frequently for the Christmas lights and through that time period. And I can't say for sure, but my impression was that they may have been either redoing or fixing things that had been done by the previous electrical company.
Well, I would love to know that we could demonstrate that.
Well, but I have a feeling
It's a
that
theory,
they
but
found some things that were not done correctly previously, or could have been done better to suit the situation. So, but they're good. They're really good, and they're very responsive.
Well, if they have evidence that previous electrician didn't do things properly, I would love to see that, and we could take the appropriate action. But yeah, it's probably not going to be fine.
throw somebody else under the bus.
Okay.
Sounds like they've already initiated that process.
Well,
Bus left the station.
yeah, just sometimes, you know, you read between the lines.
Yeah.
Questions for Michael, other questions for Michael? Thank you once again.
Thank you.
I have a question. Did your team win the Super Bowl last night?
My team was not in this year. They'll be the Buccaneers, they didn't make the playoffs, so.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the financial statement?
I'll make a motion to approve the financial statement. Second.
Motion by trustee Woodcock, seconded by trustee Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Record reflect the motion passes 6 votes to 0. I'm going to waive my report tonight because we have other things to talk about. Rick, put you up to the front. Let's talk about, we're just going to talk about proposals for the monument. We got something to put our teeth in tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it. Slide in the front, so I met on site with Castle Group, and they were very, very excited to be able to work with us on this. If they get a purchase order. They provided 4 different proposals. We had talked about different things and pricing and things like that. And basically, these are 6-foot, 2 twin towers.
Are they to scale?
With the 9 and 11. Oh, you mean with the dog?
No, are they to scale? In other words, they're 6 feet tall, but they're not,
Oh,
this big around.
I'm going to say yes, but I don't know that. I didn't ask that question specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. They do a lot of monuments, apparently.
I think people will know what they are because there'll be 2 of them. It'll be pretty obvious, but.
Yeah. Plus it has the 9 and the 11
Well,
cut into it, So he provided proposals in doing it in concrete, in limestone, in granite, and in black marble. And it runs, on the high end, it's $65,000. And on the low end, concrete, it's $58,000. Now, I'm going to tell you that these prices, according to him, are solid. Okay? That's if you choose to select one of these and go with exactly what the plan is. If you start making changes, then obviously pricing is going to change. If you find a way to do one of these, we had talked about taking the spec of it and going and looking for somebody else to be able to provide proposals as well. It's not like going for landscape maintenance contracts. Obviously, we could find 45 people to bid it. But we can and will go look for you to see if we can find someone else to bid the exact same project. Now, it's not cheap, and I don't know between Charlie and Michael if you guys can find the money, if you want to find the money, I don't know.
Just to clarify, so that, is that all in?
Yes.
Production, installation, does it include lighting, the placards?
It does not include light, but it includes engineering, design, manufacturing, delivery, installation, and cleanup. For custom design memorial monument, 2 towers will cut out 9/11, 1 bronze statue of a Labrador in a harness, 2 pedestals for the dog and towers, 1 dedication plaque, and then the footers.
So all with the lighting.
All but the lighting.
I thought there'd be more of a difference based on the materials.
I had thought so
Also,
too. I had thought so too.
I mean, if that's 58, I would still hand it over to 65.
I was encouraged when I heard the high end because I thought it'd be significant.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I would have thought more like 48
Yeah.
Oh,
than
yeah.
65, but,
All right, well, looking at our finances, we had budgeted a little over 50K for community enhancement. That's 3046.26. And we've burned 17,700. Well, we have 32, I'm reading this right, Michael, 32,723 in community enhancements. Which would mean we need to come up with roughly 30,000 more from elsewhere to do this. We parked some money in general repairs. Well, we moved some out of there too. Based on the year to date, we probably can't tap that. Well, yeah, we could take some from there.
The community enhancement that we've spent already, do we have some examples of where?
Those are benches, no, that's a separate line item.
I think some of that was the poinsettias
Okay, so some of the planting
and the benches.
and
We paid for one of the 5 benches.
Well, that's up a couple of lines under item .24 landscape bench. But we've got,
light poles, huh?
well, we've got $69,000 there. We're not gonna spend $69,000 on benches, I don't think. Does anybody think we will?
That's what we parked a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
What would you make of that anyway? There would be a few more pictures as part of the.
Yeah, and there's somewhere around 2,500, and there's 4 more, and,
And we just paid that.
yeah, but it may have been in,
So
was
we-
that in February,
Well,
was that checked out?
I just paid that, give me 1 second and I can tell you. Because the sample one that he did, he charged less for than what the other 4 are going to cost. So bear with me a second. What's metal creations? Okay, so the sample metal bench, which is the one that went in over near Springdale, I think. Was 2,390.
And that's the one that's been paid, but was
That's
that
the
paid
one
in
that's been
January or
paid.
February? You remember?
It was just,
Because that may or may not be in here.
It wouldn't be that if it was in February.
I've got to pull up QuickBooks to tell you exactly.
Well, I don't think, it's only $2,300, it's not that big of a, it's not gonna make it a rate.
Now, the rest of the benches. Will be 14,400.
Okay, so if we took 14,000, we took 15,000 from the 69,
54.
that's 54. And we can take some of the 34 down in repairs general. We can make that work. We could probably, not quite, we could split it.
We do have 40,000 holiday lighting and bows, and we're after the holidays. I think some of those expenses got put in, like Miriam's saying, probably went into the community enhancement.
I remember we pay half of that during
Yeah, it's
this time of
Yeah,
year.
coming
right?
up next month, we'll have to make our deposit.
Okay.
But we're not gonna burn all of that. So what are your thoughts?
No renderings, diagrams, all that.
Well, this is all based off the rendering we gave them.
I mean, they didn't design it. Here's what the concrete's
Can
going
you-
to like.
Can you share what you shared with me about how the different materials look? You were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, the,
Even the
well,
concrete, right?
even the concrete, have people look at it and go, wow, that's really neat, and then all of a sudden it's gone, you know? But I had no idea, as you said, Randy, that there's gonna be such a small gulf between concrete and granite and marble.
And marble is the highest, right?
Yeah.
But granite was probably pretty common.
Yeah, it was $2,000, marble was
I can go through them.
65, 450.
Okay, so here's
That's-
concrete. It's 58,150.
Yeah.
And the dog is bronze in all of them?
Yeah.
Limestone. Sorry, these are coming up weird. Limestone is 60,340.
That's the second most expensive.
Granite is 63,000. And
They're like 2,000 to 3,000
black marble is 65,450.
differences.
I don't know, man, it's not that big difference, I don't know black marble.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
the only problem I have with black marble is sometimes you'll see things, you'll see the streaks down the side, white streaks. That doesn't mean we can't clean it, but in a granite, you're not gonna see anything. I can see any dirt other than,
You know, we never really discussed colors or anything. So,
granite's pretty straightforward.
granite?
Yeah.
No, there's tons of colors.
Yeah,
Are there really? I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that, like, just like a,
think countertops. You know, there's a lot of different colored granite countertops.
Well, I think your black marble might fade in the sun too.
No, usually
Are
doesn't.
you sure?
No, I'm not sure, but
I don't think so, because don't they make headstones out of those as well as
yeah.
granite, and I'm not the expert on
Yeah,
this,
I
so I'm just,
Like, there's also a coating you can put on them. That also help with cleaning off.
we can get these questions answered. Um,
timeline.
Timeline is not a problem, you know, if you make a decision tonight. He said July would not be a problem.
July 1st or July 31st?
July.
Okay, as long as we're,
It's in 31 days.
Actually, I said July.
he
The
said,
way he was talking just was even sooner.
okay.
Yeah.
So they need, what, like 60 days probably, it sounds like, to create once they get the bill? Based on their current workloads?
Yeah, I'd say 60 to 90. I'd say, figure 90 to be safe.
Because we do want to take now a better spec and then get some alternate pricing.
Yeah.
Just either validate or see if we have.
Well, I explained to Tom, what we'll do is, if you make a decision, we'll write a more detailed spec, and we'll shop it with, 5, 6, 8 different companies. Whether, you're not gonna get 5, 6, 8 bids on this, believe me. I mean, there's just not that many out there that do it, I don't think.
Well, we have to do our due diligence.
Yeah, oh, yeah, but we will certainly look for, anybody who can offer a proposal.
All right, well, let's nail this down a little bit. Well, first of all, I asked Rick a question earlier, and that is there any flexibility there? Can we wheel and deal with it? And he doesn't know. I don't want to run the guy off, but if we can bring him down a little bit more, that would be nice. A little bit more, just being a couple of grand. Anything helps.
Well, I think what we can do to address that issue is let him know that we have to put a bid on this, write our own spec, give it to him, and have him respond with his, best price, knowing that we're getting prices from other.
Okay, yeah,
Well-
the fear of competition. Okay. Then let's move into, what do you think? I think Rusty's made a good point. There's not much of a gulf between the low end and the high end. So at the high end, the two high ends, granite and marble.
Right,
I
would
have-
be my vote.
I have a granite.
Marble.
Well, granite and marble. Bob, you say?
I don't think I have a preference. I think they all work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Randy?
I can picture black marble and I can't picture granite in my head, to be honest.
We also got white marble, remember?
Black more, I like black then.
All right.
I do too, I mean.
Well, if you've been to the World Trade Center Memorial in New York, all the engraving, all of that's all, I don't know if it's granite, but it's black. It looks very tasteful. Very
But
Oh,
then
black
again,
granite,
the
they
colors
look like granite.
themselves were white,
They use a
Yeah.
black granite too, I
you know? I mean, if you
think.
look
No,
at
I think, I would have to look at it again, but other things I think marble is a lot more heat. I think you're gonna find it clean more in the humidity and the heat and the sun and the rain. You're gonna more streaking and stuff. I don't know that it's as good.
Well, I just
I think you
searched
get
it.
better contrast in granite.
I just searched
With
it and it says it
wording.
does get photo oxidized.
What does? The
Like
granite?
marble.
Oh, the marble?
The
I
white,
don't know,
the white
that's
stuff.
was just my thought on it. But I haven't looked.
I mean,
I
can
never
we
researched
can we get granite that's black?
And you get black granite, you can get black granite. But
Why don't we say dark granite and see what's available? Give us, we want to go with granite. Show us the darker shades we have a choice from.
You want solid or marble?
I think what we can do, if you approve this tonight, approve it at the black marble, okay, just so you have a dollar set. Between now and next month, I mean, within a week, I'll have proposals. And if you authorize Tom to authorize me to proceed with the low bidder, lowest responsible bidder, right? We can start on the engineering and the permitting and all this other stuff and make that stone decision next month when I can get some of your questions answered. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And maybe a couple of things to look at, just as far as.
Yeah.
it sounds like we really want to finalize it by next month at the latest, though.
Oh, yeah, no, you want to finalize it by tonight, that you're going to proceed, and then the stone by next month.
We're going to proceed theoretically at this dollar amount with one of these two options.
Exactly.
With this real final spec of the towers and the dog and the Pentagon and all of that.
Yeah.
Notwithstanding that, which isn't critical for getting the materials.
Right, I think picking the actual stone, I think can wait 30 days.
This is
They can
solid.
get started on the other process.
This is solid bronze, this is like Goldfinger where you scraping something.
Tom, like I said, I got this 2 hours ago. Okay, so I really,
I'll trust that the guy's not gonna hoist, 10.
well, we'll ask a lot of questions in the meantime and get a lot of answers, and we'll even check references and things, but.
If we can get a sit down with him one more time, I'd love to sit in and talk to him.
Oh, I would love to have you two sit and talk with them.
Well, we two can, one of us can, but we two.
You can at 12 and he can at 12:30. Because then it's not your guys, not mine.
Okay, so,
If I could just mention too, if there's a possibility of incorporating into the Pentagon ring at the bottom, like the seals of the services and the fire department, police department, something like that, so we can incorporate something along those lines.
Yeah, depending upon, how detailed you're talking about doing it, that's not obviously included in this price.
Right. Just wanted to mention that as a possible consideration as well.
If you can come up with some actual, I don't know, maybe we could get something made out of a metal, of an aluminum or something with the logos
that's a better idea, yeah.
of each service and put them.
Because they're all pretty, if you try to carve.
Oh, yeah,
something
that's what I was
pretty
referring to.
grand,
I was referring to like dropping something in.
Yeah, I don't think that would be difficult at all, and I don't think that would be very expensive either.
Okay. Yeah.
And do we want to put a little metal plate or something on there with the artist? Are we,
I
considering that, what are we?
Well, we were talking about like a memorial placard that we can kind of determine what we want to write on it.
Okay.
Blah, 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 now, whatever we want.
Something to think about, I'm actually helping Northdale with the project too, and they're doing some, which is kind of cool, and I'll tell you real quick, because you may want to do it here. They've lost a couple people who have served for like 20, 30 years in the last year. And they're taking their benches and they're putting some new benches in. And they're putting a little plaque on the back of the bench, you know, that you lean back on, dedicated to so-and-so. Which is a nice way to,
That's very nice.
you know, fine.
Yeah, I was in Panama City over the holidays, and they have benches all the way out in their pier that are all dedicated. Like,
Yeah.
It's
So you could
it's
do
a neat
something
idea.
similar at this time.
Okay. All right, so, go ahead, Charlie.
Just one real quick too. Again, just remember, grants gotta be sealed every 2 years. Outside grants gotta be sealed. So marbles and granite basically need the same amount of care every 2 years.
Well, you know, what,
But
if it works, one of the things I can get from him is the maintenance requirements on all of them. Limestone too, this limestone sounds kind of.
limestone's even more.
I don't know, I don't know. I'm
Limestone's
not
every
a
year.
stone expert. But, I just picture limestone being white to make it look like towers, but that's.
Well, when it's lit, the limestone will pick up the light from the,
Yeah,
even
limestone,
at night.
but it's gotta be sealed because it's very porous.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But again, obviously since they do that for a living, they know all these different.
Yeah, and I will get all that information
Yeah.
for you to make that decision next month, if that's how you choose to do it.
Well, I'd make a proposal that we budgeted $75,000 for the monument, allow you to proceed with getting some bids, specifications of bids, and Tom making a decision to bring to the board so we can move forward on this thing, because we gotta get it done.
Why don't we drop that amount to 65?
Well, I just want to give us a cushion just in case.
Here, Black Marble's over 65. But you're hoping you get them now?
Well, we're gonna still make a decision based on bids and all that stuff, so I don't think that amount is
Okay.
critical at this time.
And we've got the money available to pull, but we still have some in the account that it was intended to be in, so. Okay.
Plus we still got, I mean, we get 2 different spots where we get money stashed.
All right, well, your motion is for $75,000, and you want me to have the okay to communicate, to work with Rick to get him to go.
Up to $75,000.
$75,000. There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by trustee White. Is there further discussion? This is a big expenditure, it's a big deal. So if you have doubts,
We're not committing to the decision until next month, though, right, in terms of the final, provider final bid, or are you going to be?
we're giving enough of a commitment to, we want to do one of these options. We owe final specs.
So
and
we
he's
might
got
have
something-
started with the engineering and the permitting. So, you know, once we go to bid on it, and we'll give them 7 days to respond, right? Once we get a spec, and I'll start working on this tomorrow, getting a spec put together, give them 7 days to respond, and then Tom will make that decision and say, okay, let's go with the lowest responsible bidder. Bingo, this is them. So they can start permitting and engineering and design and all that.
And then next month we'll discuss type of stone.
Colors, types, maintenance, yeah, all of that.
All right, well, there's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The record reflect the motion passes 6 votes to 0.
Here, I will put my name up on the towers.
Why don't you put it right there in big letters?
Thank you all, I'm gonna.
Thank
Thanks, Rick.
I appreciate it.
Let me go back to my report for just a moment. I went ahead and approved the funding for replanting Zora that we lost. What was the tally on that again? 2,000, no, do I have that here? No. It was 2,500.
Or 100 for Exora.
And those are plants that died in the freeze. Is there any issue with that, any concern? I just want to make sure you all are okay with that and then you go there. Okay, very good. Brianna, tell us what's going on.
Alright, so there was a column that we talked about last month that Patrick was working on. It has now been repaired. It's, you'll see it, it's just a gray color right now, so we're waiting for it to cure, to paint it. It's right after Stratford Place, I think it's called. Then we have monuments at Bloomingdale Cove in Somerset that were cleaned. Originally, it was just supposed to be the Bloomingdale Cove monuments, but the pressure cleaners said that he would do all four of them.
So they did our entrance too.
Yeah.
What, you mean the walls, right? When you say
The monuments,
I
yeah.
meant to tell you that we got a freebie.
Yeah, I emailed her.
Yeah.
You told me, I really figured, I was like, I'm not looking at
Yeah.
the horse in the mouth.
I was like, sure, you're not. Alright, so there was some vandalism done at the Bloomingdale sign. I mean, it looks like vandalism, could have been an accident, but there's white paint just on the Bloomingdale sign at Bloomingfield and John Moore. So we're having Signs by Mineo repaint both of the signs because they said
That's brand new.
they need to be.
That's one of the brand new signs, yep.
Need to match them.
Yeah, last few months.
Yeah, so those are getting repainted. Then under landscaping and irrigation, so your green team is monitoring all the plants after the freezing weather. Keith told me though that some of the plants might come back and they're recommending that we don't trim them until the threat of the freeze is completely gone because those freeze burn areas actually protect the plants.
So we'll let them go.
For now, yeah. And then once the weather gets better, they'll try to do like a hard trim and see if they come back. The sidewalk repairs has caused some damage to the irrigation and the sod. So Tom has me reaching out to the county to see if we can get some reimbursement on those repairs that we're gonna have to do. So I've submitted a claim with the county. And I asked Keith to keep track of which invoices are due to those sidewalk repairs, and we'll submit them to the county.
That is likely to get worse, right, because the work continues, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't think they're done.
I
No,
just-
they're not.
We want to make sure we don't submit something that comes across as a final request. so.
Right.
And they don't care. If Keith or someone's not there, the county people, their contract, they don't care. Their job is to fix a sidewalk, and if guys just start spraying up, their only concern is how wet they're gonna get. And they don't care if they broke something, it's not their problem.
Now, it appears they have a team that has come in behind the guys doing the replacements with the cement. And they have cut out sections. Every place there was a new section of sidewalk put in, along the edge, they cut it out square. And I'm assuming maybe they're gonna put sod in there.
Okay.
I don't know, but I looked when I was riding my bike all up Colbert and everything, you'll see every place they put a new sidewalk in, they cut out next to it on one side.
Okay.
They might have to really mix the concrete.
What's that?
They're mixing concrete.
Oh yeah, well, they made a mess though, their trucks put big ruts and there's no grass, that's
Yeah.
mud, and there's chunks of cement in the grass.
They don't
and
care.
it's dirt, and it's awful. It's awful.
And you had the county guys out there every day walking in.
But I did notice there was a different team coming in behind and doing that, I don't know what,
Well, maybe.
grass, I don't know.
Still working on an estimate for the Belshels irrigation, I got with Rusty, so I'm gonna go back to your green team and get that estimate and maybe see if they have some suggestion for what kind of plants, shrubs that could go there. There were some like palm plants behind the monuments at Bloomingdale and John Moore that had a lot of dead fronds, so they're cutting those this week. It was reported that the Bloomingdale Cove entrance at Hallwood has lights out, so we reported that to Rick to get those looked at. Recently replaced a flag at Green Hollow and Glen Haven. And that, my report.
Do you have any estimate on the phase one of that Bell Shoals project of cleaning and painting the walls and trimming the trees and shrubs?
No, I did not.
That's the main thing I want to get. I'll try to get that at least by next month to get on the books. So when we go into the budget meeting, we can have some numbers we can look at that we can discuss. But to me, that part is the main one I probably want to make sure is done. The other part, phase two, where we plant some additional bushes and irrigation, I don't know, maybe we'll make that 2 years out or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
But yeah, just getting the numbers from the board.
Okay.
Okay.
I noticed this morning at the corner of Arundel and Culver on the north side, there are 2 palm trees there that appear, it looks like figs are growing up. They're, I mean, on one hand, it doesn't look that bad, but on the other hand, it's kind of going to grow to choke the palm off. Probably got to go ahead and cut the roots on that, just let it fall off and die.
Call her.
And
If you could just dig that up and transplant it in the Windsor Woods tree line drive entryway, that would be great.
Hey, you dig it up, you can have it.
And it looks like we had a resident that had a slip and fall somewhere out on Culver that she seems to relate to sprinkler head or something. So Miriam's got a couple of emails. I'm gonna take a look at that. I may reach out to the attorney just to give her a heads up. This just doesn't sound right to me, so I'm gonna throw it over to the attorney just so we've got a baseline. And it's not gonna go anywhere unless the resident makes it go somewhere. So, any other questions for Brianna? All right, thanks, Brianna.
With that, I hope that resident isn't walking around Windsor Woods on our side.
No, they're upping on our side. It's okay, the county will pay their medical
Your
bills.
sidewalks on the list.
Supposedly, I talk to them routinely. It's still in procurement.
No, it's on the budget for it's.
It's supposed to be done by the end of 26 now. It was supposed to be the end of 25. Now they say.
They're gonna resurface our roads too, sometime.
I don't believe everything you say.
Sometime.
I'll believe it when I see
Let's
it.
go to committee reports. Budget.
Just, everything looks good, we're below the line slope, except legal, we're getting pretty close to using the total budget we got for consultants and legal. So we need to start looking at that. We may have to move money in June when we do the finalization of the budget. That's the other thing on the budget.
And Charlie wants to remind you all that budget season begins in 2 months. 2 months. All right.
April.
Contracts.
We're getting ready to write a proposal for a new property management contract, so I'll bring that next month.
Okay.
Actually, Charlie, our addendum, and Tom, you have to clarify.
I can't do.
I just looked up the addendum
Yeah.
that was for merit. I'm trying to open it again. I'm not sure. Is Artemis, does that 3-year extension
Yes.
apply to
It
Artemis?
applies to Artemis.
Okay, so we're not due for property manager then.
I thought it was due in
Let me just double check. What we are due for is landscape
Landscape management.
maintenance,
Oh, landscape.
which expires on June 30th.
Okay, well,
but let me just make sure I'm right about it.
I thought it was property, but. Either way, whatever
Yeah, we
contract they
signed,
come
we signed a 3-year extension in July of 2024 with Merrick. So if Artemis is still good under that,
right
then
to 27 then.
we have another year.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so no, it's just
So it's
landscape
one.
maintenance,
Maintenance,
and I'm sending both of those to
So
you.
we'll need to put together bid packages and all that. I know Kevin won't object to giving us an extension. If we have to slide a little bit, but let's go ahead and knock that out. All right, tax roll, Lee's not here. Holiday decorations.
Spring banners are up. That's the one thing we got.
They look nice.
They do look nice. Landscaping and capital improvements, we've already talked about those things. Security,
Nothing to report.
nothing. Community relations,
Nothing.
we have no correspondence tonight. Let's move to old business. Is there any old business tonight?
No,
Hearing none. Is there any new business?
no.
A reminder, check signing again on the 23rd, and our next monthly meeting is on March 9th, where we will sign checks as well. Is there any other business to be brought before the board at this time? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion that we adjourn?
Motion by trustee Schrader, seconded by trustee Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Record reflect the meeting adjourns at 7:14.